Hello and welcome to another episode of Anything Arduino. About 1 to 2 years ago I pledged for a Kickstarter called 1Sheeld. It was a few Egyptians who came up with a Arduino shield that you connected via Bluetooth to your phone, mobile phone, and you could use all the sensors from your phone. Thereof 1Sheeld with all the sensors from your phone. Originally it was supposed to work with iPhones and iPads. It later didn't because of Apple's how they control things, so it only worked for Android. And at that time I didn't have an Android, and I've looked for an Android for some time just to try this little piece of equipment out. So coincidentally I got this MyTech, really cheap, plasticky Android tablet with a magazine subscription I bought, and also there is a contest right now where you should do something with a 1Sheeld, so why not use these two coincidences to use this with our robot. So today's project we are going to, with the 1Sheeld, looks like this. With our 1Sheeld connected to our Android tablet, which hopefully works with the software, we are going to get a wheel so we can actually turn our robot by turning. So we have to start by downloading a library and a app for the Android tablet. First thing we'll do is we'll go to 1Sheeld with 2 E's.com and we'll press the get started, and so we need Arduino Ide 1.0.5 plus, and I am running 1.0.5 R2, so this will work for me. All the things. So we'll download the app in a bit. Download 1Sheeld library to your computer through this link. Please log in to download the library. Okay. So let's do that. There. And now we can download the library. So here it is. Now, one thing about we are going to move this into our libraries folder in our documents, Arduino, and libraries. One thing though is that you can't begin a library with a number, so 1Sheeld doesn't work. So let's call one 1Sheeld like that, and we can import all the files into that one. Great. So let's start the Arduino IDE. So now we should have in our examples 1Sheeld there. Simple and advanced. And let's do like this. So what I want to use is the accelerometer. So we'll go in here, simple, and choose the accelerometer. Let's take a look at this one. So this example shows an application on 1Sheeld accelerometer shield. You turn the LED on pin 13, Sensor reaches maximum acceleration in any of the X, Y, and Z axis. Oh, that's good. So we can reduce the compile size of the sketch by adding those two and define rows. So custom settings and accelerometer sensor shield. This is only using the accelerometer then. So we include the 1Sheeld. Yeah, that's the pin in the setup. We begin serial communication with there's a Bluetooth module on the shield, which I'm guessing that we connect to the Android app with that, and then this is some kind of serial communication. And then we have something accelerometer sensor get X, get Y, and get Z. So that's simple enough, and it's some kind of value there. So let's download the app from the Android store or Google Play Store, and let's upload this to an Arduino and let's see what it does. Okay, trying to show what I'm doing here. Just searching in the Google Play Store for 1Sheeld, and once you find it, Integrit is the company. You install it. It wants to use every single thing you have on your phone. That is what we want, so we accept that. And it will download and install. So we've uploaded the sketch. Let's connect the board. And the LED. So we have a flashing Bluetooth LED here. So let's start the app. Red, let's scan for the device. So the accelerometer was chosen here. You can choose as many as you want, like this. So we choose just the accelerometer, and then you press the shields up there and you get into the accelerometer. So yeah, that was the right way around. So as soon as any of these three values is above 8, it will light up. So now we have 0.3, 6.7, and 7.2. And there the Y went over 8 there. Just under 8, over 8, under 8, over 8. So great. This is just the sensor we need for this. So we are going to use the Y value, if I haven't said that before, from minus there and to plus there. Plus and minus. So let's look at that. Okay, so I prepared the code a bit here to make it a bit easier to understand and follow along. So this is the same bumper robot 595 that we ended up with in the previous video, with one exception that I've cleaned up a bit, which I'll go through, and added these accelerometer lines. So we discussed before, we define custom settings and include accelerometer sensor shield. That was also in the accelerometer sketch, and their example file, it was this, and the include 1Sheeld, which is here. Then I added an int variable, Android angle, which we are going to use a bit later on, actually right here. So I cleaned up the code a bit. While 1 is bigger than 0 was totally unnecessary because the void loop is looping in itself, so that was totally unnecessary, taken away. So the first thing we do is we get the angle from the Android tablet. Then we have some error checking here, not really necessary. Let's clean that up as well. Then we are back in normal mode. We check the bumpers and if there's anything there. So this is where I cleaned up a bit just to make the code easier to read. Instead of all the code here, I just did a backup function, a function for when it backs up those 1024 steps, and then when it turns right and also turns left. This actually saved us a few bytes in size, as it doesn't have to do this twice. We have it in a function. So the functions are down here and looks the same. Back up a bit, does there, turn right. If you remember from the other 2 episodes, this is exactly the same. So here's the difference. Instead of just, this is where it just moved forward. So step 1 for moving forward. What we've done here is we've added these 2 rows. If Android angle is bigger than -4 and if Android angle is less than 4. So this is it's about halfway, so let's say 45 degrees we can turn without nothing much happening, and then when we turn over this threshold of 4 and -4, then it will actually, as long as we stay within this threshold, it will still send a one step to each of the stepper motors. And then we shift out this, and the same thing here, step 2 for steering. So this is if even more, so if we go by 6, more than 6 on our rotation, it will do the same as up here. This is just to get a bit of granularity. I'm not sure if it works or not, but I did it and it seems to work well. So this is the only thing that we added in this little if statement here for moving forward and for steering. So with these few lines, I think we have a working robot that we can actually control with a Android tablet or phone. So let's try this out. Okay, so let's try this out. I've depleted this battery, and I think it works with this battery when I only go with a bumper robot, but I think that it takes a bit more energy with the 1Sheeld attached as well. So let's plug in the power. It's going, and let's scan for it. And the bumper functionality is still the same. So it's still a bumper robot, it's just that if I get connection here, we will also be able to turn. There. So let's try this. So let's go after the cat. it works. It's not fast, but it works. And it hasn't been attacked by any aliens yet. Had this been the Mars rover. The rear wheel is starting to, or just the sliding surface is, that's what is making all the sound. That is my next improvement of this. I bought a caster that I'll put on. But hey, it works. So another improvement on our bumper robot, Arduino bumper robot. This time we used the 1Sheeld. So if you want to do something similar, there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. You can download the app and take a look in that. 1Sheeld, one and shield with 2 E's. And you can go to 1Sheeld.com if you want to buy one of your own. If you like this project in particular and doing this kind of stuff, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments on this, leave them below in the comments, of course. And until next time, take care. Bye.